I was in touch.
Yeah.
I was in touch, you know.
Man said in touch. Say no more.
Yeah, I was in touch.
But yeah, that's
I'm
like
not
the book
ready
we're
for
gonna be
you. I'm not
reviewing
ready
and
for
that. But quick one, let's just get obviously because we film this podcast like roughly like every 2 weeks and so forth.
Yeah.
So obviously we haven't seen each other in a while, and
Yeah.
obviously let's just catch up on the current events, current topics that's happened lately.
Yeah.
Where
Oh, yeah.
should I kick it off?
Gone.
So my question to you both, what's your definition of the power of broke?
Okay,
Do you want to go first?
power broke. You ever shoplifted to eat, bro?
Yo, wild man. Fam.
No, I'm joking.
Yo,
You know what?
Actually, no. I think that comes under, you know.
Hey, listen.
I think that qualifies as.
You know what?
Nah. The power broke. To me.
Go,
Okay,
go,
go,
no,
go,
go.
go.
I wanna
No,
hear
to
your
me, the power broke is basically using what you have to get what you want. Do you know what I mean? Without sourcing out, how can I put this? Because throughout the book, he talks about how you don't need all this extra money to get where you're trying to go to. You just need to use your mind and be creative about it. So it's basically using your resources and what you have to get where you need to go. Do you know what I mean? That's what I think it is, isn't it?
Because I think mainly in the book he's talking about how to like leverage yourself into competing other businesses without money, but obviously you overcompensate in terms of like creativity, passion, and authenticity in a sense. So like
And
it's
work
right off
ethic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know what? Interesting question. Yeah. What's the brokest you've ever been? Let's just talk about this brokenness.
Broke, bro.
Like £1 left on the Lecky bill, the Lecky meter.
You know them ones
Okay.
when you're so broke, like you're checking your bank out 3-4 times in a day, but you know it ain't changing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember, I used to live in room, you share a room in the house, whatever you call it, innit? But I used to live with my landlord, innit? Sometimes I won't have the rent money, innit? So like I'll come home. I have to like sleep in my car for a little piece till that she's gone to bed. Then I have to creep through the yard. That's the power of broke, bro. You get creative, bro. You get creative how to get home, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I would have come home with extra groceries if I could.
What?
Just be like, yo, at least
No, we don't share food with that.
Take
She just
this
lives
out.
in the
Nah,
house,
like
just rent a
that.
room in the yard, and obviously she might be on me like, yo, where's the money? I was like, yo. But anyway, all right, cool.
No, I feel you, dog.
I feel you. The power of broke, I think it's that determined. All right. The reason why I like this book
Gone.
is because it's it's an ideal that I kind of live by anyway.
Tell me more.
Like, how can I describe it? So you know how when people aren't born into money, and they have a work ethic, determination, and they have no options,
Yeah.
and like you have to make it, and then because of that outlook in life, that's the drive that kind of pushes you to become successful. Whereas people who are born with money,
Yeah.
they don't really go through a struggle. They don't really.
They don't have to strive as much.
They're not used to hearing no.
Yeah.
Everything's kind of given to them. So that's my. So when you put them side by side with someone who wasn't born with money, and you see the difference and you see the drive. Person with money kind of lacks a bit of a motivation. Person with money has the power of broke. So there's no options by any means necessary. I'm gonna make it, and I have to.
You can't look back.
You
There's
can't
nothing
look
to
back.
at.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I hear that. Right, so you're saying that's how you've been living, yeah?
I think many people from a certain background, that's our outlook in life, innit? Because when you think about it, everyone in your circles, like we're not all rich, innit?
Yeah.
Like we weren't born with a silver spoon in our mouth.
Yeah.
Not yet.
100%, yeah, I hear you.
But the aim is for our future, for our kids and then their kids and their kids to be well off.
Yeah.
So we're working today. We might have to sacrifice some things. We might have to say, okay, I'm not going to buy this,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna eat for 2 days.
Yeah.
Not me. I eat all the time. You know? I love my food.
Man, it's all right to say,
We're not-
fasting.
Yeah,
It's good for you.
We're gonna. It's like people who make sacrifices and prioritize things,
Yeah.
and compared to people who you kind of force fed everything, kind of given opportunities just by being born into something.
So what did you take from the book that backed that lifestyle?
So from my upbringing, I was born in a single parent home.
Right.
We didn't have any. We weren't rich.
Yeah.
My mum worked hours
I vouch.
in a she's a prison officer
Raw.
for like 35 years, 30
Freedom man.
plus years. She's retired now.
But that's rough though.
Yeah.
That's a serious kind of
Yeah.
The
job,
sort of
innit?
mentalities that she was meeting.
Exactly. She met
Mad.
all types.
Yeah, I hear you.
She must have been like, you
Serial
know,
killers and, you know.
she must have been obviously, let's say you're like a young guy growing up in inner city London and stuff. She's working in a prison, so she's seeing man them in a prison riding big birds for doing dumbness.
Oh, yeah.
So
She
you must have been on you extra hard. Do you know what I'm saying?
So she used to come home and tell us stories.
Yeah.
Like these people she's met and this is not how I want you to be and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And
That's a sick way to scare you not to go to jail. You know?
exactly.
That's like that beyond scared thing about coming to your house.
yeah.
I see some of them videos.
You know,
They're hilarious.
being in school and certain kids had like name brands and designers and all that kind of stuff. And we had to kind of do with what we had to do. But I said, you know what? I'm not going to expect my mum to get me this.
Yeah.
I'm going to battle and aim to be at a certain place so that I don't have to rely on my mum. I don't have to rely on anyone. And that determination brought me to kind of where I am like now.
Jay's a big money man still. Don't sleep.
So I see that as the power broke. That I had no one to fall back on. I had no one to say, you know what, let me a 10, 20 pound. Let me a 20, 30p to jump on the bus. That's how much it was back in the day. You know?
Can I interject here? You see, like the power broke here. You basically taken the power broke and used it positively in your life. That's what my man in the book did as well. But if you're like coming from the ends and that, you know, you see this, bro. Like, I don't know. Say you live on an estate, whatever you call it. You see man them wearing £900 shoes, £1,000 jeans. I was googling Amiri's here, £990 minimum. Craziness. But you see that on the ends. You see like a nice car on the ends. You see people, like you said, you knew from young that you had to work hard for things and get things. People would get money and buy nice clothes.
And not only that, I could accept a no.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if I wanted something and my mom said no, not now. I was raised in a way where I knew how to accept.
Yeah.
A no is a no. Like,
not
now.
Because a lot of people are broke and then
Yeah.
they like rich broke or like they
What's
don't
rich
know.
broke?
Huh?
What's rich broke?
Bro, like
Mad oxymoron. What's that?
rich broke here. I'll call it like this here. Let's for example, yeah. If you're born broke, yeah, I reckon you can either go two ways. You can like work your way out of being broke and go and be successful, or you can fall in a trap here because let's say you live in an estate, there's bare brokies in the estates. In the estates, I'll say about I can't give a percentage, but most people like some people are generational there. You know what I'm saying? But you see people when they with the 110s, the nice clothes, they wouldn't. I don't know. Maybe they haven't got the education to go and learn about how to make the money work for them and investments and so forth and whatever you call it. But I see man. But they'll get loads of money and go buy a watch. First things first.
Okay,
That's rich,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Like you haven't got anything else
That
going
ain't
for you, but
rich,
you've
though.
got the watch. That's your thing, or you got a car.
Right.
I'm not saying that's, but just saying, but like they don't see the bigger picture. They don't see nothing else. And then, cause you got I don't know the clothes, the watch, the car, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Around other broke people.
Yeah.
You look good. You look rich. I'll call that rich, bro. Honestly,
Right, okay.
no disrespect to anyone else who's got like nice things. Don't get me wrong.
But that's
I don't
all
know
the
how
man
you're
don't
living
know
in it. You know what I'm
sometimes.
saying? But it's like I do see people who would make money and would just spend all their money on like coats and blah 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 and things that won't actually benefit them or help them. You know, their next of kin. You know, like the kids going on forwards and like generational wealth things like that.
Yeah.
So I feel like
You
There's
think
two
that's
ways
their
that-
fault though?
Huh?
You think that's their fault?
Not really, no, because I think
It's education, innit?
yeah.
That's all they know, innit?
Yeah.
That's what Damon, he says this in the book. He talks about how he didn't have a lot of influence around him. He didn't have a lot of people to tell him what to do. Obviously, he lived in a single parent household and whatnot, and he had to kind of go out there to look for mentors. Who was his first mentor?
And he could have easily swayed because all of his friends,
Yeah, they were on stuff.
they were doing badness in the streets and that.
Yeah,
So, but his mum believed in him, innit?
yeah.
Right.
His mum's like one of the first mentors he probably had because she helped him so she backed him financially
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? If you live in a single household on the council estate, your mum ain't got like 100 grand. More times she don't even own her house.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you get what I'm saying?